G'day YouTube, Max right here, and we're going to play around with a Bitcoin price today, a few predictions, see how some old predictions came, and we'll see. So let's get into it. This is going to be fun. First of all, let's go back to, where is it? Here? Yes, so November 5th, I made this video, and Bitcoin was only at 15,100. It was just in the middle of painting an epic candle that went all the way up to 16,000 when I recorded this video. And I drew out this red line right here. And I predicted that there was very little resistance at 15. I thought we'd smash through all the way right up to 16, as you can see here, 16,000. Turn around, come back down, retest this trend line. And then I said, here's where we've got to watch it like a hawk. If it crashes through this trend line, we'll probably come all the way back down to this trend line. But what I'm hoping to see is that Bitcoin shows strength, bounces off this trend line, confirms it as support, and off to the races for the next little piece of fun. So let's go over and do a quick assessment of what we've had. So it was the middle of this candle when I made that video. It went all the way up to $16,000 to the penny. Then came back down, all the way down to 14,300 and off again. Let's take a look. I want to look at this in, say, a 2-hour chart. Look, that's a little bit more obvious. So here's that peak at $16,000, and this thing runs all the way back down. Here's this trend line. Now, oh my God, Max, you were right again. Hold your horses. Maybe not. Maybe not. Is this really a test of this trend line? There's one or two ways to interpret this. I'm going to kick it back to the daily chart. There's one or two ways to interpret this. One, this was a retest of this trend line, and oh my God, the amount of respect that it showed with this long wick and then not even touching it. This is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. It is saying that Bitcoin has a shit ton of strength and the bulls are all over this like white on rice. That is one argument. The other argument is that wasn't really the retest. It hardly touched the trend line. It flashed down near it for a little bit, but that's not the test. So what is it? Is it the test or is it not the test? I suspect that it was the test. And I think that Bitcoin is looking extremely strong, extremely strong. I'm just concerned about my bias here because this was my best case scenario. I did not want to see Bitcoin just smash through 16. Look, we've had an epic run up here from 10,000 up to 16,000. An epic 60% run in, what are we talking, weeks, a month, in 1 month, all right? Bitcoin was definitely due for a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a pause. And I would have loved to have seen this to come all the way back down here, hung out on this trend line for a couple days and then do something, and then even not get too excited, just chill for a little bit. I want it to just gain strength, just consolidate in that area. This was so fleeting and so fast. I'm like, this could just be a continuation of this little mini mania that we're in right now. And we could be setting up for a big crash. So I have to admit, I'm a little bit on the fence right now. I'm not willing to spike the ball from this prediction that I made here. It looks like I picked it like a dirty nose, but I'm just not so sure. We may see further downside here to come and test this. And again, if it breaks through here, I expect it to come all the way down to here. If it does not break through and takes off, we can expect it to run up all the way, I think, to the all-time highs from here. The next stop from here, if it breaks through this resistance in the $16,000, $17,000 mark, it will jump through to 20,000 very, very quickly. And so that is what we are looking for. If it breaks below this trend line, look for it to come all the way back into this trend line, the 12,000 or this blue trend line. Both of those are in play. If it bounces off, we're off to the races. It is going to be $20,000 in a matter of weeks, I believe. So keep your eyes out on that. Now let's go around the grounds. I made a video the other day about Ethereum. People were very interested in that. Look, I just have this sneaking suspicion that Bitcoin is going to take off again. So let's go back to those two scenarios. Remember, scenario one here, there was a test or there will be another test, and then we're off to the races. In that scenario, I believe Bitcoin dominance will break through this trend line and leave alts behind. If Bitcoin gallops to 20K, I believe Bitcoin dominance is going to break through this trend line. And that will be very interesting. That could come down, retest it, and then go into a serious upsurge of where Bitcoin outperforms alts for another several months. Keep an eye on that. If that's what happens, if we break through this again and stay up here, we could see Bitcoin leaving alts behind for a couple of months. Very, very interesting. If it breaks down, I think this Ethereum is going to break down just as hard as long as some of the alts. And I still think we're going to stay up here near this trend line. I'm not seeing this fall away from Bitcoin dominance just yet. Bitcoin's too strong, too in the news, too interesting. And we're still only 8 days into November. I'll make that statement. I think it's going to be true. We're going to stay up here for most of November. December is often a time when Ethereum gallops ahead of Bitcoin. So I'll reassess that in a few weeks. Let's take a look at Ethereum USD. Yeah, and let's go back in. Oh, let's go to, I think it's just going to be back. We'll do it. So I think it was yesterday I made this video, or maybe the day before. I made a video here. Is it? No, don't talk. This one. Is now a good time to buy Ethereum? 22 hours ago. So I made this video yesterday. Well, what I predicted here is that it was going to come up and hang out at this trend line for a little bit. And it is. We've seen this now. It is showing respect for this trend line. Is it going to push through again? I'm just not super excited about Ethereum right now. I think we're going to come back down here and retest this trend line. That's what I think is going to happen. Let's take a look at Ethereum Bitcoin while we're here. And again, respecting this trend line, which I drew out. This is going to be very interesting with the intersection of this trend line and this trend line, with these moving averages all turning over and coming down. This 50-day average, this blue line is going to come down here. There's going to be a lot of pressure pushing Ethereum down on this Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So keep an eye. It's just an intersection of a lot of things going on here. So keep your eye on that. I'm pretty confident. I'll make the call. I think, I'm not trading this. You always have to wait for confirmation before you do trades. But my prediction is that Ethereum is, Bitcoin is going to outperform Ethereum again for the next couple of weeks. This is just a little pause, a little relaxation, and we'll see how things go from there. All right, guys, that's all from me. Please like, share, subscribe. And also, I've got 3 really cool seminars, or webinars, I should say, coming up in the next 2 weeks. So if you're on my email list, I know some people just love getting my crypto updates and nothing else. Some people really love when I've got some other cool webinars, like teaching you guys. I got 3 coming up this week. There's a very cool cryptocurrency trading training that I'm doing. And I've got 2 really cool online. I've been an online entrepreneur for 15 years. The lifestyle that it gives me is just absolutely incredible. I'm an evangelist for it. And so when I see great opportunities that the average person could take advantage of and learn how to start making money online, I love sharing that. I've got 2 of just amazing people that I know, amazing friends who teach people how to make money online. I don't teach people how to make money online. I do it, but I don't teach it. These guys teach it and they're amazing at it, and I'm doing a webinar with each of them over the next couple of weeks. So the next 2 weeks, we've got a lot of cool webinars coming up. If you only like the crypto news, don't worry, it's only gonna last for 2 weeks, and then there'll be lots more crypto news. But if you're on my email list, you're gonna hear all about those amazing webinars, and keep an eye out for them. There'll be like probably 2 or 3 emails for each of those webinars. So look for that. Okay, guys, love you all, take care, and I'll see you soon.